Dachau was one of the first concentration camps, and it's the only camp to have existed throughout the entire 12 years of the Nazi rule. When it opened, it was mostly for people that were against the Nazi regime, so the known gas chambers and cremation ovens that we're going to see later were in the first year still not existent. So when the prisoners first entered, they would fill in a list of personal items, where valuables made of precious metal were kept in small bags and clothing was stored in paper sacks. In this Dachau museum, which I really recommend you going, it shows you brief individual life stories of some prisoners, alongside with one of their personal belongings. Each prisoner registered a filed card that was kept in a desk in the camp in order to record new arrivals, transports to other camps, releases and deaths. Registration in such detail enabled the SS to have total control over the prisoners. The inmates' heads and bodies would then be completely shaved and disinfected. The procedure was a visible sign of degradation and dehumanization. And this is how they would distinguish inmates from race and the reason to be there. Every morning and evening, every prisoner was forced to stand for about an hour and be counted. Sometimes even the dead had to be dragged to the roll call ground to be counted. If the count didn't match the official number, torture would last many hours. Many inmates that were sick would collapse, and others were forbidden to help. The guards in the watchtower were under orders to shoot anyone that comes close to the barbed wire. Many would go there on purpose in order to commit suicide. That would happen quite often. This is where every prisoner would sleep. You might think it's not too bad, but each bed would have to fit 5 to 6 people. And in the earlier years, they would actually have individual locker rooms where they would keep personal possessions. On the way to the crematorium and gas chamber, you can only see the foundations of all the buildings where they used to live. The reason being that when the US Army arrived here, they found out that they were completely infested. So they had to destroy all of them. The ones we just saw were replicas to show visitors what it looked like. And we have arrived to the heaviest part of this trip. This is the crematorium building. It served to dispose corpses, and they were in operation 24 hours a day. Prisoners would be lied that they would use a shower room, so they would take their clothes off the room before the actual gas chamber. These clothes would then be disinfected in the disinfection room.